This is ESBR Boxing. I'm delighted to be joined by Tommy Frank ahead of his fight with Galal Yafai on August 19th in Birmingham. Tommy, it's been a couple of months since we spoke. How you been keeping? You well?
Yeah, very well, mate. Thank you. Yeah, how are you? All good, yeah.
Yeah, all good, all good. I can't wait. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to this chat here. It's been obviously just about 3 months since your last fight, and you're straight back in there again. This time you're obviously fighting Galal Yafai, who's one of Matchroom's hottest prospects, fair to say.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, Olympic gold medalist, don't really get much bigger than that. He's a matchroom fighter and, boxed for the WBC International in his pro debut, so they fast tracking into on the hot, tail of a world title, um, but and I've got the opportunity to spoil party, so to speak. So yeah, like I said, it's not been too long since the last fight, and to be honest with you, I weren't really expecting an opportunity like this. I know the last fight were a great fight. They're losing in that fight, and losing my British title. This is the fight that we were aiming for if we won the Jay Harris fight, 100%. But obviously, with me coming off, second best that night, I didn't think I was going to get the opportunity. But it's just funny how boxing works out, life works out. I had a couple of weeks off after the fight, and then just got back in the gym, and then I'd only been in the gym, two or 3 weeks, and we got this opportunity. We got a fun camp for it as well. Fun like 10 weeks. So I couldn't really ask for anything more. And like I said, it's just a massive opportunity for myself. And boxing on a big matchroom show. Headlining. Birmingham Arena. So there's a lot of good things. I'm in around this fight.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a fight I'm really looking forward to, and yeah, definitely worthy of a main event slot. It'll be very interesting. Obviously a big, fairly big step up for him as well. But obviously, just want to, I kind of want to quickly reflect on the last fight. It's been 3 months since that fight with Jay Harris, where, as you mentioned, you lost the British title. How do you reflect on that fight? What learnings can you take from that fight going into this fight?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think you'll hear a lot of fighters say it. They often they learn so much more from the setbacks. And I'm no different. It's not the first time I've lost. And you always although it's hard to take at the time, you do learn a lot about yourself. And especially in that last fight, even though that was like my 19th pro fight, I learned so much about myself. And a few. It's just I think it's just kind of even though I've just turned 30, and like I said, this is going to be my 20th pro fight. So I'm very experienced in a way, but I'm still learning all the time, still learning about myself. Still tweaking a few bits, around my training and stuff like leading into the fight, and you kind of learn on the job. And that was the same in that last fight. And just tweaking a few things what maybe I could have done better going into the fight. Not nothing major, but just things that I think are going to make a massive difference. Moving forward. And as well, it sounds daft because I did come off second best in that last fight, but I just my self belief has just gone through the roof. It really has. People it might sound daft me saying that, but like I said, I think sometimes I've lacked a little bit of self belief in my previous fights, especially the ones that I've lost or that ain't gone my way for like whatever reason. And I just think like mindset and confidence is just a massive thing, especially in boxing, in all sports, but especially in boxing. And like I said, I just think I'm in a really good place, mentally. And I took a few weeks off after that last fight, and just asked myself some questions, and then just got back in the gym. And like I said, we've got this massive opportunity, and it's just kind of like everything for a reason, you know. And I think this is a chance that I've been waiting for my whole career. You know, I think this chance, you know, boxing on a big show like this in like a big main event probably would have come a bit sooner. But like I said, I have had a couple of setbacks, so that probably delayed that from happening a little bit. But you know, we're finally here, and like I said, I wasn't expecting it. But as I look back in my career, you know, the opportunities that I've got where I weren't expecting, you know, I weren't expecting them. You know, I've took them with both hands, and that's led to good things. So I'm hoping this is the same thing. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You covered about, I think you covered about three of my questions there in one.
I'm
But
sorry, mate. I tend to just ramble on, so you might have
no,
to just tell
man,
me.
brilliant. I'm all ears. I'd rather that. I'd rather just listen. Um, well, yeah, as you mentioned there, I'm sure you know you're fighting Yafai, as you mentioned at the top, an Olympic gold medalist. He's 4-0 now as a pro, being fast tracked and all of that. Um, I'm sure you're under no illusions that obviously, you know, betting odds and people's perceptions will think, oh, Tommy Frank's coming in off a loss. Galal Yafai is meant to be a world champion next year, even. I'm sure you're under no illusions that you are, in a sense, up against it and a big underdog here.
Oh, mate, I'm being massively overlooked here. You know, maybe not not massively, but I'm definitely being overlooked. You know, I think I'm being overlooked a little bit by Matchroom. You know, and you know, probably not Galal and his team. You know, I think, you know, they're obviously a bit wiser than that. You know, he's been there and done it. You know, he's a very accomplished amateur and is a good pro, obviously. You know, and I think you know they're gonna you know train to be the best version of themselves no matter what. But you know, especially them bookies have got me a massive underdog, and I just think I don't know people on you know, probably laugh and they won't believe me, but I just think it's got upset all over this, and that's what I've been telling people, you know, and I just you know, like I said, I really do believe in myself, and you know, they're probably looking at me as you know a domestic opponent. I'll probably give him a bit of a test, but you know, he should beat me, and it'll probably you know propel him on to like you said, you know, boxing for a world title in not too long. But like I said at the start of the interview, I'm planning on ruining that party. You know, I'm planning on going to Birmingham, you know, enjoying it, you know, being in his own backyard and in a big arena and just soaking up, you know, all the week and the atmosphere on the night. And you know, I truly believe that that I can mix it at this level. And you know, I've never been one for talking and saying what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it, and I hope people, you know, watching this interview, you know, tune in and watch me do it.
Absolutely. It's obviously a massive fight, a massive show, as you mentioned there. Quickly, actually looking at your opponent, obviously you'll have your own game plan, and you'll have, I'm sure you and your team will have studied him and so on and so forth. But what do you make of him? What do you make of him as a fighter? Obviously, you know you have to be a good, you have to be good to win a gold medal. But what does he do well? And what do you think? You know, what do you make of his skill set?
Yeah, you know, like you said, he's a quality fighter. Obviously, you know, you don't win an Olympic gold medalist if you're not a good fighter, you know. And other than that, you know, he had a very, you know, good amateur career, and you know, because we've been the same way, you know, since he turned pro, I've always kept an eye on him, watched his fights, and like I said, you know, they're trying to fast track him to a world title. So you know, he won that WBC international in his debut, which is obviously defending against me next Saturday. Um, you know, but this is just like I said, it's a massive fight for me, and I truly believe that the better opponent I'm in with, you know, the better I will be. To be honest, again, it sounds daft because I came off second best, but I think I proved that against Jay Harris. You know, like I said, you know, I believe there were a few reasons why, you know, I kind of just didn't have enough to get the win that night. But apart from that, it was a great fight, and I 100% proved that I was on that level. Jay Harrison boxed for a world title, and he didn't. He boxed Martinez. When Martinez were knocking everyone out, and he put up a good fight against him. He won. Three, four, five rounds against him maybe. Um, so I think I've proved that I can mix it at that level. And the one thing about Galal, what I've noticed is, I won't have to go looking for him. He's not gonna sit off me and try and box on back foot. He's gonna be there. He's gonna press me. Um, and obviously I'm gonna be giving him something to think about as well. And I think to be honest, we are. Maybe he's right for thinking it 'cause he's an Olympic gold medalist. I'm not. I were never an amateur, national champion, or I didn't even get to any finals or anything. You know what I mean? And so he's obviously got more of a pedigree than me. But I just believe I'm going to be a lot better than what they think I am. And I think I'm. It sounds daft as well, but I 100% know that I can punch harder than that suggests. So if he's coming on to me, and I'm catching him, it's going to be interesting to see how he holds up to that. But again, we haven't got long to go now, so all these questions will be answered.
Absolutely. A win here would obviously be game changing for your career coming off that loss. And obviously you've won the British title and all in the past, but as we mentioned, Yafai's being fast tracked for these world titles, maybe even next year. So a win here for you would be game changing in that respect. How would it compare, do you think, a win here to the night that you won the British title?
Yeah, I think it's going to be different because obviously winning the British title, that's probably when someone says what's your highlight so far, it's obviously that. And in some respects, it probably always won't be. Winning that Lonsdale belt on that night were very, very special. But this, make no mistake, this will be the biggest win of my career because it's going to be life changing. In many ways. It's gonna make like worldwide news in the boxing world. It's gonna be like a big upset. And not only that, I've beaten him. Not only beats his name, but probably takes his world ranking as well. Takes that WBC international and basically just throws me in the mix in a very, very hot division where you probably one, two, three fights away from a massive world title fight. So I want to be in that mix. I'm not saying I'm the next world champion or anything like that, but all I know is I'm a flyweight and I can mix it with these boys. And if I get my chance, I'm going to do my best and I'm going to take it. So put me in there, and I've got that chance against Galal next Saturday. So so the main thing with me is just enjoying it and again probably just believing in myself a little bit more. And I think that extra confidence it's a massive thing. And like I said, it's took me 20 fights to actually realize that. But no, this fight is going to be changing in many ways, and probably lead me winning will lead on to me boxing on probably more matchroom shows, more big shows, more big opportunities, and boxing on platforms like that and these big nights is what you dream of as a kid, So I'm excited, very excited.
Absolutely. And just how does at the time of filming, where obviously this is the Friday, the week before, so 8 days out, what is the last week, 10 days, kind of, how does it look for you between now and fight night?
Yeah, just to be honest with you, it's like this next week, it's going to be like a bit of an holiday, all the hard graft's done, like the first, like I said, we got some good notice for this fight. I got like 10 week notice for the fight, but I'd already been in the gym for like 2 or 3 weeks anyway, just steady working away. So I've been in the gym, for like three months, and so all the hard work, all the hard like sprints, like trying to push and beat me time on sprints. That would done like a week or two ago, and then obviously, you're really knuckling down on, concentrating your sparring and stuff. I had my last spar Wednesday. So from now till, the probably like day before the weigh-in now, um, the weigh-in's a week today, Friday. So just like pad sessions, technique, obviously doing a few sweats, bringing the weight down, eating the good food from the boxing science nutritionist Lever kids. My fight week diet is unbelievable. It sounds daft because you'd think it'd be the hardest part, like the week of the fight, but it's some of the best food. Like I'm eating dark chocolate and honey and peanut butter, and before I'm training, I'm having Greek yogurt, Rice Krispies, and jam. So it's called a low residue fight week diet, So it's food that don't really sit on you, but it's good food. It's full of energy, So I'm still on like good high calories. This week is brilliant. I've got to drink a lot of water, which is a bit of a pain because I'm just constantly like weeing wherever I go. I need a toilet because I'm just constantly weeing. But no, it's good, mate. So like I said, nothing major training wise between now and next week. Just like freshen up. Have a few swims. I've just got I might as well give him a little shout out. But my sister in law, they bought me an ice bath, well, an ice pod, and I've just set it up. It's a no cover, it's called. So I just set that up last night because I love Wim Hof and stuff, and I have cold showers. So I set that up. I went in it this morning, but that's gonna be good for like a bit of recovery this week and that. So I'm gonna be in that like every morning and just just enjoy it, mate. We've got some sunshine and all.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're just right. And just finally, before we wrap it up, Tommy, obviously have to ask you, how does August 19th, how does your fight against Galal Yafai play out? What can we expect from Tommy Frank?
I believe I'm gonna win. I believe I'm gonna win. I know I'm up against it, and I know people won't believe me. People will be overlooking me, and basically, I'm just there to give him a bit of a test and get beat. Pretty much, that's what they're thinking. But I've got other plans. I really have got other plans, and like I said, winning this fight is going to be life changing on in many ways. Um, and like I said, I just believe everything for a reason. I weren't expecting to get this chance, and I have. So I'm going to take it with both hands. I've got nothing to lose. There's no pressure on me, and I'm just gonna, like I said, it's my first fight on a big stage like this. So I'm just gonna enjoy everything, soak everything up, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this fight.
Brilliant, Tommy. Really enjoyed that chat. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks very much for your time, as always. And yeah, all the best come fight night, and hopefully I'll be catching up with you in the aftermath with when you've claimed the big upset.
Yes, just imagine that, mate. Just imagine, that that interview won't go on way around well because it won't be be a big upset, won't it? Like a massive upset in boxing. So
Yeah.
let's enjoy it, mate. There might be a few sad faces in that arena on next Saturday. Might upset a few people. I might have to keep quiet on way out. That's what I might have to do.
Listen, Tommy, thanks again. Really enjoyed that. Brilliant stuff. And yeah, I'm sure I'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, no worries, Paul. Thanks a lot, mate. All right.
Cheers.